up, you guys? What's poppin'? It's your girl Jessica, and I'm coming at you with another banger video. And on today's video, I am going to be doing a story time slash mukbang, however you say it, about the time a guy pulled a gun out on me at Waffle House. I am going to roll up my sleeves. I got me some crawfish. You guys, it is so juicy. Like, look, it's dripping. That's exactly how I like my crawfish. I like it super drippy. All right, let's get into it. So pretty much I decided that I was kind of a little bit homesick and I wanted to go ahead and go to my alma mater's homecoming, or was it Super Bowl, whichever one. I decided I wanted to go to that. And so the dude that I was talking to at the time, I told him that I wanted to go to my school's homecoming, and he pretty much just had like the biggest issue with it. I couldn't tell you why. Probably because he thought I was gonna be cheating, because you know my school had a lot of fine niggas that were coming back during homecoming, which is rightfully justified. So, well, not rightfully justified, but I get it, I guess. So he told me it was either him or homecoming.
What? Child. Anyway, so.
And can y'all guess what I did? I chose homecoming. Because he was not my boyfriend. He was not my man. Like, we was talking heavy or whatever, but it wasn't my man, so I went ahead and went anyway. So, fast forward, a few weeks passed. It's time for me to drive all the way to my school. And it's about a 4-hour drive. I got up and went probably around like 1 p.m. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna be there right when the festivities start, all that. So I went ahead and I tried to head there, and I went to get some gas. Tell me why. I'm so sorry, guys. But when I went to get gas, the card machine wasn't working, so I had to end up going inside. And I absolutely hate having to go inside of the gas station. So when I came back out, I realized, no, actually, I did. I paid for the gas on the outside when I got out of the car. I locked my keys inside of the car. And I was like, oh my God. I hadn't even started pumping gas, and I had somewhere I had to be. So I went ahead and I went inside, paid for my gas, pumped my gas, while I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. But while I was inside the gas station, like, I don't know, there's something wrong with my car. Like, the chip wasn't working at the time because the car was like really, really old. And the guy behind me ended up paying for my gas, because I guess he thought I had no money, but I did. But I told him thank you, and he went about his business. But then I had to like search the parking lot, asking people, can I use your phone? Because my phone was also locked inside the car. So I saw a guy who was like a trooper for the zoo, the local zoo. And I went to him and I asked, could I use his phone, because my keys were locked in the car. So yeah, he called Papa Lock for me. And bro, I had to sit inside the gas station. I was sitting on a can of pops for like 2 hours. I was so annoyed. I was so mad. So I'm just sitting there watching people go in and out. It's so awkward. They looking at me like, why the fuck they just sitting here? So eventually the Papa Lock dude comes.
2 hours later.
He opens it up and he let me know like he had so many people in front of me. Sorry it took so long. So yeah, I end up getting in my car and heading there to the school. And you know, everything was going good. And you know, started to get really dark. You know, I don't like driving in the dark, especially heading like in the country, because oh my God, this crawfish is so good.
Oh, delicious.
So I ended up linking with one of my friends. She didn't want to go out. I'm like, bro, it's literally homecoming and I literally just drove 4 hours. Come on. So then I hit on one of my other friends and I went to her apartment with a bunch of other girls, and they was lit. So I ended up having a good time with that. And then one of the Kappas that I had dealings with before, he hit me up And he was like, y'all should come through. We got this little Airbnb thing or whatever, you know. So I told the girls, and we ended up going there after we went to like kickbacks at house parties. We don't need no meat. And we were there for a good little minute, turning up. And then we decided we was kind of bored and hungry. So my friend was like, let's go to Waffle House. And if you know me, I really don't like Waffle House. I don't know why. I've never liked Waffle House. Like, the food be decent, but I feel like I can make it at home. But it's always some hoodlums around Waffle House.
Ah, the ghetto! The ghetto.
So I choose not to go there. When everybody else would do it, I said, okay, cool. So the capper that I used to talk to, he saw us leaving, and he asked us where we was going, and we told everybody, you know, like, we finna go to Waffle House. So everybody started trying to come to Waffle House with us. And so yeah, the boy, he started like pulling up beside us, like we driving. It's pretty much nobody out because it's pretty late. And he pulled up beside us and he started, he really got a fast car. And I guess the police saw it, and all you saw was lights coming up behind him. So I felt bad because, you know, just got pulled over trying to slick and press me or whatever. So my friend was like, should we pull over and see if he's okay? And I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and pull over and see if he's okay. So the police keep breathalyzing him, trying to see if he's drunk or not. The boy passed the breathalyzer test, like, I said maybe like 6 times. But by the 3rd time he making him take it, he's cursing. He's like, fuck. Like, he mad that he's passing the breathalyzer test. So at this point, I'm getting heated. We're parked, like, here's the car and the police, but here we are. We pulled like a safe distance to where the police like couldn't really say nothing to us. So like, I started going off. I'm like, bruh, you can't make him keep taking that breathalyzer test. He passed. I'm like, you another black man. You want to see another black man go down? Like, if he passed, he passed. Like, how you trying to force him to fail the test if he ain't been drinking? Like, he passed. You want to get that black boy a DUI so freaking bad. So we ended up calling his line brothers, and we told them like, hey, get here now. The police is playing with your line brother. Come and help us. So yeah, his line brothers pull up and, you know, figure out what's going on. And I also started to get scared because another white police officer had pulled up. But yeah, I forgot to mention that. So we were scared. And then they ended up letting him go or whatever. And it was just like, I was like, oh my God, why on God's green earth did he have to get pulled over right here, right now? So, but anyway, we ended up going to Waffle House, which leads me to the crazy story of how the boy ended up pulling a gun out on me. So, it's really late. I really just want to get my food and go home. So, but the line is really long. And Waffle House ain't answering the phone. So I would have just called and placed my order, like, you know? So we pull up to Waffle House, and, you know, it's packed, it's busy. We see why they not answering the phone right now, because it's super packed. As we were getting out of the car, I'm like, I don't need my purse, because I had all my cards on the back of my phone with like those little card holders. So I was like, I have my card, I don't need it, but I have my gun in my purse. And it was like my intuition or something was yelling at me. It said, get your purse, you need your gun. Get your purse, you need your gun. And I'm like arguing with it in my head, like, I don't need my gun, I don't need it. I don't need it, I'm good. But your first mom, my daddy always told me, is always God. So I went ahead, I grabbed my purse. I think I'm gonna have to use it or nothing. I ended up going in. I really don't like waiting in line or whatever. So my friend, she like old men. She thinks they amuse her or whatever. So some old men were trying to holler at us. I ain't don't be feeling old niggas, I don't. But she was like flirting with them, talking to them, trying to get them to buy food. And I just went ahead and went in line because I was like, the food only gonna be like $10. I can go ahead and pay that. So I'm in the process of getting in line, and these boys not paying attention, so I just hop in front of them. And they get to flirt with me. They like, you get in front of me, but only if you give me your number. I'm like, shit, I bet. You know what I'm talking to them, because they let me get in front of them. I ain't get my number though, but yeah. It's like 4 of them. All of them trying to get my attention, really. Like, they pretty much argue trying to get my attention. Like, oh, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you, or I'll buy your food. You know, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, shit, it's only $10. They can pay for my food, and I don't care. So I'm just talking to them while we in line. There was one dude, he ended up getting so mad, like, out of nowhere. He was like, oh, she a gold digger, she this, and that. I'm like, my food only $10. Like, I can pay for my food, you know. Like, you're not him.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
He started just like going off. Like, I'm trying to be a girl. I'm trying to not argue with no man. I'm trying my best. But if you know me, it's only so much I can take before I just, you know, go ahead and give it to you, you know. So he keep going. At this point, I'm like, I said, okay, all right, good for you. Like, I'm like trying to dismiss him. And then he started trying to call me bro. And I was like, I probably got more money than you. And I turned my head and I proceeded to, you know, stay in line to order my food and shit. So this boy gonna say something. Oh, I scam for my kids. I scam for my kids. I was like, good for you. You know, I'm not trying to hear it like, shit, I just want my food. Like, leave me alone, stop talking to me at this point. You know, I wear glasses, so I really couldn't see that well. But he ended up having something like black in his hand. And I guess he had got his friend gun, like, while I had turned around. He started like holding it, waving it. I'm blind, so I really can't see if it's a gun or not. But it's obviously a gun. So I instantly reached for my purse because I'm like, I got my gun. I'm gonna shoot this nigga. Cause, you know, he think he just gonna shoot me in his mug and nothing's gonna be done. Dudes always be trying to do girls like that because they don't be expecting women to have guns or protect themselves. So I'm just like, I hear my daddy in the back of my head saying, if you pull your gun out, make sure you use it. Cause I'm like, if he already got his gun out and he see me pull mine out, I'm gonna have to shoot him because he might shoot me. So I try to be smart about the situation and not pull my gun out instantly. But he kept screaming and like getting belligerent. And I ended up, you know, getting belligerent back because I'm like, nigga, you a bitch. You pulled out a gun on a female. I would have more respect for you if you slapped me, you know? Like, who pulls a gun out on a girl? You could literally beat me up. Like, you could literally, like it just showed that you weak. So as I'm cursing him out, people pulling me away, people trying to pull him away. And it's dudes in there that I know now. All them old men who were Q dogs didn't say nothing. It was mainly Qs in there that I knew. They didn't do nothing. And one dude that I actually used to talk to was in there too. I don't like no boy that's not gonna protect me. I could smell it from a mile away when a man ain't about nothing. And my phone had died at the time too, because my best friend was in town too. And I know if I would have called my best friend and told him what was going on, he would have put up in a heartbeat and would have got wicked. Would have got real wicked out there. But my phone died and I didn't even think about it, because you know when you mad, you just like, ooh, you just mad for nothing. You know, you can't really think straight. So I wasn't really thinking clear, like I could call somebody up here for him, you know, to handle this for me. And then at the same time, I don't want nobody handling my stuff, because what if, you know, he would have shot my best friend or something like that. I knew I had a gun, so, you know, I could have easily protected myself. Y'all, while he cursing me out and all this stuff, I'm talking shit in back. I'm talking about he's gonna up the skull on me and all this. I'm like, you playing with me and you don't even know who I am. Like, you don't gotta know who I am, but you playing with somebody's sister, somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying? My brother will really get on that with you. And still to this day, I still feel like that boy needs to be handled. And all those men who stood around and do nothing is precisely why women need to get guns. Black women are the most unprotected demographic in the world.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Like nobody thought, oh, that's a woman. Why he talking to her like that? You know, like, let me step in, like, hey, bro, chill. Nobody did it. So yeah. After a while, it was arguing. They pulling us apart. Some undercover, I guess, security guard ended up coming in from the outside and like grabbing his gun and taking it. And his friend like, oh my God, they got my gun. He got my gun too. You ain't even got your own gun. You broke. You ain't even got your own gun. It's like I be smelling when boys ain't gonna do nothing. Like, when a boy, you pull a gun out on a female. I know you a B-I-C-C-H. I know you are. Like, you ain't got nothing to live for. You ain't for real. But y'all, don't take how I handled this situation and apply it to your own situation if you have one. Because I could handle that situation a lot better. And it could have ended a different way. To where I might not be sitting right here. Or I might have been fighting the case. His friends talk about some, man, we wasn't gonna let him do nothing to you. He wasn't gonna do nothing, da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that at this point. And they kicked him out, made him leave away for his food. But the whole time, like, I'm waiting on my food. I'm really antsy still. Because I'm like, this boy could be outside. So I'm clutching. Of course, it just rubbed me the wrong way. But I stayed inside, and the old men who were in there, they ended up paying for our food. Because they was like, that's not right, da-da-da, but you should have stepped in. Anyway, ended up getting my food. Even way after the situation ended, it's like I was mad and I was cursing him out in that moment. After he left, it's like I just was so mad because no nigga has ever in their life talked to me like that. Like, you don't know me, like, to be talking to me like that, you know? So I was just like so fucking mad because I'm like, oh, I should have fucking, oh, you know, like I should have shot him, I should have did this. Like, who do he think he is for real? Like, it just made me so mad. And I ended up having literally a blast the next day. The dude who was interested in me, who used to try to talk to me and stuff, who was there, who ain't do nothing. And then he ended up seeing her at the football game, which was for the homecoming game. And he was joking with her, talking about, oh bro, you and Angelique like niggas that pull guns out on you. What? Like, are you out of your mind? Like, you're joking where I could have lost my life that night. Or ruined my whole entire life that night. Which I'm out for that. Like, he don't need to be joking about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's mad because I never kissed him. Or I wouldn't sleep with him. And all that kind of stuff. So, hey, the Delta who be freaking watching all my stuff and following me and stuff because of him. Girl, that's been so many years ago. I do not want that man. When he was living near me at the school and you were somewhere else, I still did not want that man. Then he messaged me on Twitter. So I can't believe he blocked me. That's what we're doing now. And then he blocked me after that. I guess because he thought I wasn't going to be able to see the messages. But I seen it. But yeah, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. That is the end of this story time about how I almost popped the dude in Waffle House. Make sure you go ahead and leave a like, you comment, and you subscribe. Give me a really good feeling. Oh, yeah.